This simple one-person business is how I hit $10,000 a month, and how entrepreneurs like Patrice Moore scaled to 30K a month in 4 months doing copywriting, or how Farhoon Asim scaled to over 60K a month helping people land jobs in the UK, and how others are even making 100K a month without a huge team, paid ads, or a massive audience. This model is called the freebie funnel method. And in this video, I'm breaking it down into 6 steps so you can start following it right now and scale your business in 2025. But be warned, if even one of these steps is done incorrectly, your entire business will crumble. And most beginners especially mess up at step 5, which is why they never make any real money. So if you want a simple solo business that actually makes you rich in 2025, pay close attention. Now, step 1 is to put your brain in a box. Now, obviously, I don't mean that literally. Don't actually do this. What I mean is you need to package your knowledge about a topic. Put it together so that you can teach other people. And this can be knowledge of anything, as long as other people want to know about it. Maybe you're an awesome chef or crazy talented at making spreadsheets. Maybe you love yoga or playing piano. All of these have the potential to become amazing offers that will sell. And to help you figure out what knowledge you should sell, I've created something called the Offer Trinity. The Offer Trinity is this diagram. It's the 3 elements you need to consider when deciding what to sell. And those 3 elements are your passions, your skills, and a high ticket problem that people will actually pay you to solve. You need all 3 of these to align, and that's why your niche is right here in the center. If you're missing one of these, your business is going to fail. If you try to sell knowledge that you have passion and you have skill about, but nobody is actually willing to pay to learn it, then you will be broke because nobody will buy it. If people will pay for it and you have the skill to deliver it, but you have no passion for it, you're going to end up building a business you hate and eventually burn out. I've done this before. I built a 6-figure business that I shut down because I got totally burned out and just really tired. So don't make that mistake. Finally, if it's something that people are going to pay for and you're passionate about, but you don't have the skill to deliver it, then you're not going to be able to get your clients results and your business is going to fail. I actually created this document called, let me just pull it up, the $1,000 Offer Blueprint. And this walks you through the exact process of creating a high ticket offer that's actually going to sell. It literally takes 15 minutes to complete, and you can even use ChatGPT to help you out. I actually recommend you do. And you want to fill this out because your offer is the foundation of your entire business. So make sure you get this right. And if you want my $1,000 offer blueprint for free, just click the link in the description below. Now, clearly, let me just head back over to here. You need all 3 of these elements in the Offer Trinity to have a thriving business. But that's not all it takes. If you want to successfully sell a high ticket coaching offer, the knowledge you're selling also has to fall into one of the big 4 niches, which are wealth, how to make, save, or get access to money, beauty, which is things like how to lose weight, build muscle, get clear skin, chronic physical pain, for instance, healing chronic knee pain, back pain, shoulder pain, neck pain, or relationships. Typically it's how to fix your marriage or how to find your soulmate or get dates. Occasionally you could do something like improve a relationship with your kids. It doesn't sell quite as well. And unfortunately, people don't usually pay high ticket to improve the relationship with themselves, which is arguably the most important relationship in your life. But unfortunately, people are not willing to invest high ticket in it. Now, you might be asking, what if the knowledge I want to sell doesn't fall into one of these 4 niches? Well, I got you. that's okay, because you can use a technique called, take a guess what it is, offer masking. I thought this drawing was quite clever, but maybe that's just me. But yes, offer masking. That is when you tie your offer to one of the big four niches. For instance, maybe you love meditation and you want to teach mindfulness, but people aren't really going to pay $1,000 and up to learn how to meditate. But if you make an offer helping people lose weight, you could say, okay, the first step is we need to work on your self-regulation and mental clarity. So we're going to start with meditation and mindfulness. Then the next step, or the next part of your program, could be about eating a healthy diet and making exercise part of your routine. Now people will pay high ticket prices for your offer. Or let's say you want to teach men how to dress better. You could make an offer helping young men get more dates, and the first step of your program could be dressing the part. This is offer masking. You market your offer, telling people what they want, whether that's to lose weight, to get dates, and you give them what they actually need inside the program. But this leads to a big question. Do you need to be an expert in your niche if you're actually going to teach people? And let me break that down. The short answer is heck no. You do not need to be the top person in your field to make money with online coaching. And this is why you need to understand the 1 to 10 scale. Let's say a 1 here is a complete beginner, and a 10 is an absolute expert, the best of the best in your niche. If you've only been in your niche for a little while, you might be a 3 or 4 or a 5. And you might be worried, well, if I'm only a 5, why would people work with me? Wouldn't they just go and work up here with a 10? Simply put, no, they wouldn't. If I'm a 1, learning from a 10 most likely going to be the wrong decision. It would be too overwhelming because I don't even understand the basics yet, and the stuff being taught would probably be too advanced for me. On top of that, a 10 will probably charge a lot more money, which might scare me away, and I also wouldn't be getting the full value of it because it's too complex. So if you're a 5 here, you can teach 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s, and they would be better off learning from you than a 10. On top of that, remember, you're not just a number on a scale. You're a person with a personality, and people will work with you because they like you, they like your vibe, and they like the things you say. So no, you don't need to be an expert to start coaching. You just have to know more than the people that you're helping. Now, knowing what to sell is an amazing start, but you can't actually have a business if you aren't making any money. And to make money, we need to do this next thing, which is charge money for your knowledge. Yes, charge money for your knowledge. And this brings up a big question, which is, how much should you charge for your knowledge? When most people start out, they're very uncomfortable with the idea of charging thousands of dollars for their offer. If you're not in that group, good for you, but most beginners are. And this makes them underprice themselves. And when you underprice yourself, it makes it very hard to make money. The fastest way to 10K a month is to sell high ticket, meaning at least $1,000 and up, ideally over $2,000. Now you also have the option of considering a low ticket offer, but you need to sell a lot more of these. And if you don't have an audience, that is very difficult. It would be a slower way to grow, but it is still possible. If you sell something for $1,000, you only have to sell 10 each month to hit 10K. But if you're selling an ebook or a membership for $20, you have to sell 500 every single month to make 10K. And if you don't have a massive audience somewhere, which most people don't, this is extremely difficult. And that's exactly why selling high ticket is the fastest way to make lots of money. The second point here is don't underprice yourself. If you're solving a big problem for someone, then you have to see the value in it and charge accordingly. Ask yourself, how are you transforming their lives? How valuable is it? And how painful is the price of inaction or the price of not doing anything and having life staying the same 1 year from now? For example, if I help you make $100,000 and I charge you $10,000, the price doesn't seem that high because of the result you're getting. Most people will happily trade $10,000 to make $100,000. Same thing with if you help people lose weight. The cost of not doing it is that they struggle to do everyday things. Maybe their relationships get worse, and they'll probably have a shorter life. So understand your value and don't be afraid to charge accordingly. Now, if the idea of charging $1,000 and up is still scary to you, that's okay. The reason we want to charge more is because it helps us keep the client quality high. Better clients have better attitudes and will get better results. They're also just way more fun to work with, to be honest, so charge more if you can. But this is why selling to people with money is the easiest way to get started. It doesn't mean you can't sell to people with less money, but you're putting extra hurdles in your path right from the beginning. And if you choose to sell to people without much money, it's just going to be that much harder to sell them a high ticket offer. Also, when starting out, you need to learn how to coach and how to get your clients results. So it's okay if you need to charge $1,000 or less. Now, this does mean you will likely have lower quality clients, a little more stress working with them. You will make less money and have less time. But that's okay when you're first starting out. It's how you build the foundation of your business. As soon as you get some experience and build some proof that your program works, you can raise your prices. I even recommend when you're just starting out that you get a beta client, which is someone that you help for free. This way you can get some practice, test out your program, build a case study, and get a testimonial, which is all going to help you just get more clients. As soon as you get comfortable and you have some social proof, you can raise your prices into the $1,000 to $2,000 category. And this is a step in the right direction because you will start to get better clients, which comes with less stress, which means you have more money and more time. And eventually, once you keep getting more clients, you can keep raising your prices and until you're charging over $2,000. And this is where you want to be. This is the goal. And this is where you get to work with your dream clients. You have the least amount of stress, you make the most money, and you get the most amount of your time back. Now, most people will be charging somewhere between 2 to 5K. You can definitely charge more. I'm just going to say on average. And remember at the beginning of the video when I said I'd explain why 10K is the magic number? To make 10K, you just need 2 to 5 sales a month. If you're charging 2K, you only need 5 sales. And if you charge 5K, you only need 2 sales. The math is so simple and so easy. And at some point, if you have an amazing offer with lots of proof, you could even charge 10K and all you need is 1 sale a month and you'll be making 6 figures. That is the power of having an amazing offer and selling high ticket. But none of this matters if you aren't doing step 3. You can have the most incredible offer that's priced perfectly, but if you aren't getting your offer in front of the right people, then you can't expect to make any sales. And that is why step 3 is to get attention from the right people. Now, I'm very proud of this diagram. I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I think it's quite brilliant. If you want to make sales, you need eyeballs and ear holes. In other words, you need people to see and hear about your offer. And there are 4 major ways that you can get traffic. You can make organic content for YouTube or social media, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, whatever you want. You can do outreach. This can be warm or cold outreach. Warm outreach is when you message people you know. I actually have another whole video on this, which I will put up on the screen somewhere here if you want to learn more about warm outreach. Cold outreach is when you message people you don't know. I'm sure you've received emails or Instagram messages from people trying to work with you. These are examples of cold outreach. Next, there are paid ads. For most people, I don't suggest starting here. If you don't know what you're doing, you can burn through a whole lot of money really fast. But there are people who know what they're doing, and in these cases, paid ads can really help. Finally, there are partnerships. If you don't have a big audience, you can find someone who has your ideal clients and partner with them so that they promote your offer to their audience and they get a commission off of any sales you end up making. However, there is one method out of these four that is the clear winner, the place I recommend that everybody should start. And the winner is, big reveal, long form organic content on YouTube. The reason making videos for YouTube is the absolute best thing you can do for your business is because it's the best way for your future clients to get to know, like, and trust you. When you make good content, you get to actually help people, which is the point of being a coach. People have the chance to learn from you and to see the knowledge and the value that you provide. And when people are actually ready to buy from you, it's so much easier. You don't have to sell them so hard because they already trust you and for a very good reason. It is also free to make content. Plus, YouTube videos can get views even 6 years later. So once you have a good content library, you won't have a shortage of clients. And remember, most likely, you will need 2 to 5 sales a month to hit 10K. So if you can get in front of 1,000 people in a month, which isn't a crazy number, you only need to sell 0.2 to 0.5% of those people to make 10K a month. Now, a really important part of your YouTube video is the CTA, which is what this cursor icon here represents. When you make a good YouTube video and you combine it with a strong CTA, telling people, to click the link to book a call with you or download a free guide, people are much more likely to click the link because they want more from you. And this greatly increases your chances to make sales. But how the heck does telling people to click your link in the description actually lead to more sales? Well, this brings us to step 4, which is the freebie funnel. The freebie funnel is where you give something valuable away for free. You take a valuable thing, which could be a Google Doc, a spreadsheet, a video, an audiobook, or just something that is useful and helpful to your audience. You take this valuable thing and you put it inside an opt-in funnel, which looks something like this right here. And in this funnel, as you can see, you are able to collect names, emails, and sometimes phone numbers. I have it as optional here. What this does is it lets you build your email list so you have another way to contact your leads, people who know who you are, they're interested in you and what you have to offer. And if you get phone numbers, you can even call or text your leads. And once someone opts in, they are taken here to a thank you page with this wonderful, cool dog with glasses. Yours doesn't have to have a photo like this. You can make it whatever you want. I just love dogs and this one in particular. So they're taken to your thank you page. And this is where you have an opportunity to bring people deeper and deeper into your world, where, they can get closer to you and get even more value from you. So they will start to like and trust you even more until they're so excited to work with you one-on-one that they just throw their money at you. Metaphorically, because throwing money at someone is a very disrespectful thing to do, so please don't do that. But what I mean is they will happily pay for your service with their credit card. On this thank you page, your CTA can be so many different things. Like in this case here, it's join my free school community. It could be book a call with me. It could be watch this video, which could be your VSL. Whatever makes sense for that funnel. Now, ideally, you bring people into a free school community. This allows you to get people off of social media, whether that's YouTube or Instagram or any other platform. On social media, you're at the mercy of the algorithm, and your account could also get shut down at any second with no warning. And you want to get them off of social media, onto another platform where you have so much more control. On school, there is no algorithm. You can easily get in contact with your members, and they can even connect with each other. This is the difference between a community versus social media. On social media, people follow you to just hear from you. It's like you're on a stage and you're talking to all your followers. In a community, everyone is still there for you, but they're also there for each other. It's more like you're hosting a party. So it's a great place for your audience to connect with each other, as well as for you to nurture your leads so that they can start to trust you even more and become paying clients. And as people move deeper into your world or join your school community, it gives you plenty of opportunity to do step 5. And step 5 is so important that if you do this wrong, and most beginners do, everything up to this point will have been for nothing. And you won't really be able to help people or make any money. Step 5 requires you to do something that is super uncomfortable for a lot of people, especially for newer generations. But if you master this, you will never worry about money again. Step 5 is to have conversations. Now, conversations, you do this scary thing with people, talk to them. Conversations can happen in different forms. They can be DM conversations, or they can be phone calls. But to be honest, there's a good chance that a lot of your conversations will be Zoom calls, because that's just what people are used to nowadays, and it is so easy to send someone a Zoom link. You might do some phone calls. For instance, you can call someone if you collect their phone number on your opt-in page, especially if you're making the phone number optional, like I had shown. If people still give it to you, that probably means they're okay to be contacted by you and might even be excited to hear from you. So you can go and give them a call. Now, as for what to say in these conversations, I'm going to have to make a completely different video on that because this one would be way too long. It might already be too long, but I hope you're enjoying it. So keep an eye out for that one. Or if you want to learn more about this stuff, you can always join my free school community using the second link in the description below. I have a lot more free resources. You can ask me questions and I am there to help you out. Now, once you've had conversations and you've actually signed up a client, you need to do step 6, the final step in this entire business, which is deliver the knowledge. You need to figure out how you're going to communicate that knowledge that you packaged and help people get the end result that you're promising them. How are you going to fulfill your offer? Now, there are 4 common ways to deliver your program. Zoom in on that one. Now, each of these has advantages and disadvantages. Community and courses take less effort. Once a course is done, you don't have to do anything. People just buy it and they watch it themselves. But because the course is DIY, people have to do it themselves. You can't charge high ticket prices. One-on-one and group coaching are the opposite. You can charge high ticket prices, but it requires more time and energy from you. So, which one is better? Well, remember, we talked about how selling high ticket makes getting to 10K a month much easier, especially if you don't have a big audience. Courses can be included to supplement the delivery, but coaching is what people pay big money for. They pay for someone to implement the steps with them and keep them accountable. Knowledge is so accessible nowadays. People learn on YouTube or free school communities that have free courses. I even have a free course in my school community that gives away all the knowledge for free. I tell people everything I do with my paid clients because people don't pay to know things. They pay me because they want help putting it all into action. so that they can get results faster and more easily with less friction. Because again, if even one step out of these 6 isn't perfect, all of it falls apart. If your offer is bad, or your content is bad, or your Zoom calls are terrible, you're not going to make any sales. And this is the value of paying high ticket for a coach. Whatever your niche is, whether it's in any of those big 4 niches, you have a lot of value. And people pay for your help putting everything into action so that they can get results faster and more easily. Now, if you want this business to succeed, you need to start somewhere. And logically, you should start with step 1, which is figuring out what to sell and making sure it's something that fits in the offer trinity. Make sure that it's something people want and that will actually make you money. So once again, to help you with this, I created that document, the $1,000 offer blueprint, which walks you through the process of creating an amazing high ticket offer. It's guaranteed to help you build an incredible offer. Honestly, it just takes like 15 minutes. So if you want it, just click the link in the description below. Now, obviously, you want to be charging more than $1,000. I know it's called the $1,000 offer blueprint. But if you're just starting out, you might have to start with $1,000, or most people set it as a $997 offer just to get your first clients and get your business going. And if you're fired up and you want to start building your business fast, oh yeah, you fired up? Click the 3rd link below and you can book a free call with me, and we'll see if you're a good fit to work one-on-one with me so that you can start making $10K a month ASAP. Now that you have the roadmap, I hope you all go out and crush it with your coaching businesses, and I'll catch you in the next video.